much. All right, last hour I spoke to prominent civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump, who is now representing EJ's family, and he was also joined by EJ's father, Emantic Bradford Sr., and here's what they had to say.
It's frustrating because I feel like you should have reached out to me and his mother, but nobody did, and that's not protocol for you just to do something, kill my child, and not respond when we calling you.
Mr. Bradford knows his son. Mr. Bradford is battling cancer. He's retiring this week, upcoming from the Birmingham Police Department. His son would leave work after a full day of working and come and check on his father every day. So Mr. Bradford and his mother, April, knew that this wasn't true about their son shooting somebody. And the whole notion that they would unjustifiably pull the trigger and release this information is almost as worse as the Hoover police officer who unjustifiably saw a black man with a gun and made a decision within milliseconds, according to witnesses, to shoot him in his face. They don't even know if they can have an open casket funeral. And so it's just troubling when you see this pattern, whether it's Jamel Robinson in Chicago or now here in Birmingham, the epicenter of the civil rights movement, where this suggestion by the top leaders in our country that if the good guys had guns, maybe they could help with some of these mass shooters of the bad guys who have guns. Where if you're black and you're a good guy with a gun, the police doesn't see you as a good guy. They just see you as a criminal and they shoot and kill you. And that is what is devastating to Mr. Bradford, who himself is part of the law enforcement family.
All right, joining me right now, retired LAPD Police Sergeant Cheryl Dorsey, as she's the author of the book Black and Blue. Good to see you. So many unanswered questions here. What questions do you have?
I have a lot of questions, Frederica. Let's start with the fact that this police officer was off duty working security for the mall. That in and of itself brings a whole set of, was he in some kind of a security guard uniform? Was he readily identifiable as security? Or was he just perceived to be someone else in the mall with a gun shooting? We don't know. And I don't know what their policies and procedures are for officers who work off duty. Did the police department know about that? Did he have the proper permitting to do this kind of work? He did not have, we know, the benefit of backup. He didn't have a police radio because he wasn't on duty. So why is he getting involved and engaged to the extent that he did in the first place? And so there are a lot of questions, a lot of liability questions, and that's why the police department is so quiet, because they understand this is not anything they are going to be able to fix.
Well, how bothersome is that to you? It was Thanksgiving night, and there is this deafening silence. You would think that the police department, Hoover PD, all investigative bodies would want to be out in front and offer some clarity, some transparency, because a man is dead.
It's very bothersome to me, Frederica, because listen, the Hoover Police Department knows how to show constraint and restraint, if you will, when they're dealing with white suspects who have a gun. There was a white couple by the name of Schaefer who stole an ATM machine. Shots were fired. There was a 4-hour standoff. So they were able to stand down for 4 hours in the instance of this white couple, take them into custody without incident, which is what they do. There was a 13-year-old kid who broke into the Hoover Tactical Firearm Building, stole guns, taken into custody without incident. And see, this, Frederica, is why I say I never bled blue, because as a law enforcement official, you would think that this police department would have extended the same kind of courtesy to Mr. Bradford Sr. that those police officers did to that white officer, Amber Geiger, when she killed Botham Jean. They went through tremendous lengths to allow her to wait for 72 hours before she turned herself in. She was booked and processed within an hour, and they don't extend this family the courtesy of a phone call. It's outrageous.
And that's in step with what the family attorney, Benjamin Crump, was saying. He says, wait a minute, that police would see a black man with a gun and assume, he was a criminal, that he was up to no good. And the family is perplexed and very much hurt as to why there wouldn't be other considerations made in this case before a man is dead.
And listen, This will change when there's real accountability. The family is asking for accountability. That means that this officer needs to be fired, that he should, I believe, have some financial responsibility, because understand, at the end of the day, Hoover Police Department and that mayor knows they're going to write a check that is going to be massive to this family, the same way they do with other families. They throw buckets of money at the families, and they do nothing to change policy. This officer is not going to be held financially responsible. He should be. And when police officers are held financially responsible, and that'll happen when you change the police officer's Bill of Rights, they'll stop this foolishness. There's been a chilling effect in terms of officers understanding that police departments, mayors, commissioners circle the wagons, they protect errant officers, they do nothing to change the policy or procedure, and allow, in some instances, officers to remain on duty.
Cheryl Dorsey, we'll leave it there. Thanks so much.
Thank you.